Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and hello. Welcome to another J-Skins Media Solutions broadcast event. Once again, this is Racing for a Cause. We're out here at South Boston, and this is the Locks of Love 125. This race being presented by Justin McDuff tonight. So hopefully here tonight we'll get a chance to talk to him. Would look forward to that conversation and discussing his Locks of Love 125 race and what this race means for him and his cause. So now that introduction is out of the way, allow myself to introduce myself. My name is KR Stolfus. Thank you very, very much for joining me, guys. I hope we have a good time tonight. We're going to see some cars tear it up here in South Boston. Right now, we're currently watching a 3-car battle here in practice. Nobody told these guys it's practice. But this is AJ Hamill, Andrew Hill, and Justin McDuff. AJ Hamill so far turning the fastest lap time here in the practice session. His lap time has been a 15.108. That's going to be the fastest lap time right now. 15.108. As you look in the scoring tower on the left, it'll give you a full rundown of everyone that has turned quick laps. Speaking of that and quick laps, real quick, want to go over the points that we have out here. Yes, everything is pink for Locks of Love and Valentine's Day, but your points leader, Al Smith, managed to hold on to the points lead last week, even though he had a very disappointing race, as he put it earlier to me today in a little off the record interview. But Al Smith holding on to the points lead. Ryan Nolan second, just 9 points behind him. AJ Hamill third, Andy Lambert fourth, and Chris the Bean Counter Legue, something like that. Legue. Yeah, I got it right that time. Yes. He rounds out your top 5 in the points. Meanwhile, we got cars on track for qualifying. Green flag out in the air right now. Here we go, folks. Qualifying underway. Just inside of 5.5 minutes to get your lap in. As they turn times, it's going to show up on our graphic here. Right now, we're watching Wayne McDuff. First car to turn a lap. First car scored 15.726. 15.726 is his time. AJ Hamill out there right now. Ryan Nolan moving up to the top of the board with a 15.097. Ryan Nolan in the 87 machine. Champlain Explorer. And now Andrew Hill on the top. Andrew Hill with a 15.052. 15.052. Ryan Nolan second. Third place is Justin McDuff. And for some reason it's not scoring them and showing it perfect. Douglas Wysocki out on the move right now in the 45 machine. Wounded Warriors on that hood of his car. Stars and stripes. Very sharp looking car, I think. Very nice. That's very nice. Very, very nice. I like it. Alright, so Andrew Hill currently on pole with your quick time. 15.052, the best time out there right now. Al Smith looked like he tagged the wall there. Trying to get a lap time in. Hasn't gotten one registered yet, but rolling out now. Zach Coyer hasn't turned a lap yet in practice. These are going to be his first laps here for qualifying. Zach Coyer in the 81 machine. And Coyer going to turn a 15.710 on his first lap. Sean Cool has turned a practice lap time, but not a qualifying lap time. So we'll see if he's just hedging his bets here a little bit, waiting to roll out at the last second. Good shot of the night sky. Speaking of which, since we have no cars on track, we'll give you a little bit of the weather here in South Boston. It's a balmy 81 degrees. Got some wind direction there, northeast. I'm not sure what that means. The wind speed is a very exact 2.68 miles per hour. Humidity is at 69%. Very clear skies and zero fog. How about that? It's not froggy out there. Track info, like I said, we are at South Boston Speedway. It is just under 0.4 miles, got 4 turns. Track elevation is 414 feet. Track temperature is a cool 81 degrees. That's going to allow these tires to get some decent grip tonight. So be watching everyone to try to get to the bottom of the track in the opening stages of this race. But then as the race wears on, cars will start sniffing around trying to find different lines. Kind of like what we saw last week at another short track when we were at Lanier. And we saw cars going way down low and a little bit high as we're in the final 5 seconds of qualifying here. All right, that's going to wrap it up for qualifying. We have got to move on now and bring on the race, the main event. This is it, folks. This is where it all goes down. So Andrew Hill, your pole sitter. Ryan Nolan gonna start outside of him. Alrighty, here we go. Andrew Hill on the pole. Ryan Nolan has disappeared for just a second. Makes it really hard to do this grid walk when they don't show up. Alright, Andrew Hill on pole. Ryan Nolan gonna start second outside of him. Next up, tonight's race presenter is Justin McDuff in third. Second row inside. Second row outside, the 85 machine of Peyton Johnson. Then we got the 70 of Buzzy Lambert. And A.J. Hamill starting outside of him. There's Brian Rogers, Zach Coyer, Ricky Harden, Douglas Wysocki. Oh, we're back to Justin McDuff. Wrong button there. Zach Coyer, Sean Cool, Wayne McDuff, but we got to get ready to go racing here, folks. Andrew Hill, your pole sitter. Green flag in the air. Here we go. 125 laps to go. We're just starting with number 1. Andrew Hill getting a good jump here, clearing that outside lane of Peyton Johnson, it looks like. Peyton Johnson getting a great start, able to move into second place there. Third place currently scored Justin McDuff, but for some reason he is not showing up. on my overlay, so that is spectacularly awesome. It's third place right now, Justin McDuff. I'm gonna ride around on his roof here. Good look at these leaders, the front two. Justin McDuff trying to find a way. Looks like he's rolling the center of the corner much better than Peyton Johnson. Good little setup there that we have on that Justin McDuff 20 machine. Down the front stretch they go. Got a couple cars here to talk about. The 24 of Sean Cool. Sean currently 7th. He started 12th, so managed to make a big gain in 8 laps. 5 cars, 8 laps. Great start for Sean Cool. He's on the hunt to get to the front of this pack, and he's doing so in a hurry. Gonna get by another one, score him now 6th. If he can make this pass stick over Ricky Harden. And he does clear Ricky. So he is currently 6th and on the hunt now for Buzzy Lambert. Buzzy in a new paint scheme, running the 70 machine in 5th. Ryan Nolan in the 87 looks to bounce off the wall there. That's not how you want to do it here at South Boston. Now he's in big time trouble. No caution, keeps it going. But some heavy damage to the right side of that car. He is going to need to get in and get some stuff repaired on that machine. Fortunately, this track is not very aerodynamic dependent, so that damage doesn't hurt his top speed, but it is going to hurt how it handles through the corners. As you see him looking around the track right now, trying to find a line that's going to work for him now. Good shot of that right front fender all folded up and on dire straits, so to speak. Not looking too good right now. So lots of damage to Ryan Nolan. Gonna make for a rough night for him if we don't get a caution. He's gonna have to hope for the best here. Hope he can hold on. Currently running in 10th spot. Now we'll check in on our points leader, Al Smith in the 91. Al, your points leader by 9 points over Ryan Nolan. So if he can hold serve here and finish in front of Ryan, he will of course gain a few points over him.
The yellow flag is out.
And the caution is out. Looks like Brian Rogers and Peyton Johnson in trouble here. Peyton Johnson on the inside of Justin McDuff and AJ Hamill. Little bit of contact with McDuff. Peyton hard into the wall. McDuff looks to have taken a heavy damage here. In the pits now, getting this car repaired. But your leader now is Andrew Hill. Or I shouldn't say leader now. He has been the leader. Led every lap so far. So Andrew Hill, your race leader. AJ Hamill sitting in 2nd. Buzzy Lambert 3rd. Sean Cool 4th. So Sean Cool breaking into this top 5, now sitting 4th. so far the biggest mover of tonight's race. Zach Coyer 5th. Al Smith will be 6th. Wayne McDuff 7th. Douglas Wysocki 8th. Ricky Harden 9th. Ryan Nolan 10th. Peyton Johnson 11th. And the 12th place, Justin McDuff. Not the race he wanted for tonight, this being his Racing for a Cause race tonight. Spending it in the pits, not how you want to do your race. All right, green flag in the air. Here we go. Andrew Hill once again getting a great start. AJ Hamill gonna pull down underneath on the bottom, sliding in behind Andrew Hill. Sean Cool all over the back bumper of Buzzy Lambert. Sean really wants to get another spot. He's looking for third. We got trouble with Al Smith. Al Smith suddenly hooked hard left, possibly got turned around. We're going to go to an instant replay here. Al Smith and Zach Coyer there, side by side. Al on the outside. Looked like a little bit of net code, but either way, Al getting turned just a little bit by contact with Zach Coyer. And then it looked like Ricky Harden got into the side of Al. So Al's car just a little bit of damage. Andrew Hill still on the lead spot. Hamill still in second, Buzzy Lambert third. We got just a few laps of green flag racing after that first restart, so not really able to get a good feel of what's going to shake down here with all these new cars up front. Wayne McDuff currently sitting in 5th spot, so he's holding on to a top 5 right now. Ryan Nolan 6th. Nolan had that earlier contact with the wall. Now he's made his way up into 6th. Douglas Wysocki, the 45 Wounded Warriors Project car, holding on to 7th. And Al Smith, who we just saw in trouble, currently scored 8th. Zach Coyer, Ricky Harden, final 2 cars on the lead lap. Peyton Johnson, Justin McDuff are in the pits. Brian Rogers in the 12 turned a few laps and then he pulled off and went on home. So cars starting to stack up 2 by 2. That means we're getting ready to go green flag racing. Here we go. Pace car is in. Andrew Hill. Another good start for Hill. Buzzy Lambert getting a great start, holding AJ Hamill to that outside line. Buzzy looking to the inside here. AJ stuck on the outside. He does not want to get freight trained. But if anyone can make that outside lane work, it's going to be AJ Hamill. Hamill now starting to edge out in front of Lambert. Lambert in that 70 car holding on to the bottom, almost contact there. That's going to give Hamill just the room he needs. Now Hamill's going to pull down in front of Lambert. Hamill holding on to second. Now Lambert in trouble. Sean Cool in the 24. Hungry car in that 24. It's hungry. It wants another spot. Sean Cool making his way through the field tonight. Past 8 cars so far. Gonna try and make it 9. But Ryan Nolan coming up out of the bottom there. Coming up out of the corner. Making that outside lane work. These two, the 24, 87 going after it now. Ryan Nolan trying that high side. Another driver who I would expect to be able to wheel and deal here, making that car work on the outside lane. Little bit of sideways action by Sean. He gathers himself back up, but that's going to give Ryan Nolan the advantage that he needs here. Sean Cool going to tuck into 5th spot for right now. Al Smith, though, still pouncing. Sean Cool maybe starting to fade a little bit here. Or just a product of close short track racing. Once you get up out of the groove, you're going to lose a few spots. Buzzy Lambert scored 3rd here. Looking at all over the back bumper of Hamill. We go on board with Lambert right now. 3rd place, get a good shot of 1st and 2nd up there. 1st place, Andrew Hill. 2nd, A.J. Hamill. Now there is no out of bounds on this track. You can dip below the yellow line there, as we saw Lambert doing on corner exit. And the reason why he's doing that is there's some grip down there. The track surface where the cars and tires make contact, the surface heats up, gets a little hotter. The hotter it gets, the more it loses grip. And so you start searching for any advantage of extra grip you can find. The more you can find on corner exit, the better. And so that's why you see him dipping down there, trying his best to get a great run up off the corner. But Hamill just too strong right now. Lambert's going to have to just keep digging and not give up. Final car in the lead lap, the 45 of Douglas Wysocki. Currently scored 10th. Check in now on the 81 machine is Zach Coyer. Zach in a little bit of a 3-way battle here between Wayne McDuff and the 118 of Ricky Harden. McDuff now starting to get a little bit of a gap over Harden. Harden looked like he had a touch of contact from Zach Coyer. Had to let out of it, gather himself in just a sec. Once again making a charge. Ooh, McDuff getting a little bit of a touch sideways. Saves the car, but that's going to allow Zach Coyer now underneath Harden. Great piece of driving by McDuff to save that. But Coyer diving down underneath. Coyer washing up a little bit. Going to move McDuff into 1-2 lanes higher, and he's been all night. McDuff fighting hard to hold on to this 7th place. 3-way battle for 7th place here, folks. Now Zach and Ricky are side by side once again. Wayne McDuff holding off any sort of challenge these drivers are able to put onto him. But now Harden to the outside with a great run through the middle of the corner. McDuff sideways on corner exit cost him some time. Gonna lose 2 spots here. Harden and Coyer going around the outside here. So put McDuff into 9th, Ricky Harden 7th, Zach Coyer 8th. Meanwhile, back up front, and Drew Hill opening up a gap over AJ Hamill as we look back on the rest of the field right now. This race has been all Andrew Hill, has led all 52 laps, now 53 laps. Some great action shot here. Andrew Hill doing a dominating performance. He's been a front runner. We haven't seen him be able to pull off a win yet. It'd be a great night to get his first win here on the broadcast. Get that 77 machine in victory lane. That's my racing number, so I'm going to have to choose you to win this race tonight. Rooting for you, Mr. Hill. Go get her done. Ryan Nolan and Buzzy Lambert still haven't decided this battle. It looks like Ryan Nolan, though, going to be holding on to 4th position. Sean Cool scored 5th. Al Smith 6th. Ryan all over the backside of Buzzy. Excuse the yawn. Ryan all over the back end of Buzzy. Ryan trying to find a way around right now. Maybe a little bit better on corner entry here, so we can go on board and you can get a feel for what it's like to be Ryan Nolan's passenger. Ryan rolling the center there, trying to get down underneath Buzzy. He does pull even with him. Set up a great pass here. Now another corner, another inch or two gained. Buzzy holding tough on that outside. Now Sean Cool able to get around on the outside. Ryan Nolan. Sean Cool now under Buzzy, trying to make a pass here. Sean has been wanting that 3rd position all night. Been moving forward and back a little bit. So far, the furthest he's gotten is 4th place, but I bet he can get into 3rd here as long as he hasn't burned up his tires in the charge to the front. But a heck of a wheeler right now. That 24 car, man, I'll tell you what, past 8 cars so far tonight. Most of those 8 cars got passed in the first 5 laps. Tail of the tape right now, battle for position. Buzzy Lambert, Sean Cool, these two going at it now. So as you can see, Buzzy's drifting a little bit higher, but the track surface is worn on the bottom, so the bottom has lost a little bit of grip. That is allowing Lambert to run that higher line right now. You're constantly lap in, lap out, looking for where the most grip is. You're never going to run the same line here as the track gets heated in a specific spot. So if everyone ran the bottom, the track's going to get heated, start to lose grip. So now that is why you're starting to see cars gravitate up the track a little. And now Sean Cool gets a nose down underneath Lambert. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Lambert and Cool make contact.
The yellow flag is out.
And now Lambert, caution comes out. As we go to a live replay. As you saw it, Sean Cool come up out of the corner. Buzzy Lambert also trying to find any bit of grip they could. Contact at corner exit. Ryan Nolan, Al Smith, really nowhere to go trying to get through the incident. But looks like Buzzy Lambert able to keep going. But now everyone making pit stops. The only one that's staying out, Douglas Wysocki. He has not pitted yet. All vehicles making pit stops here that are on the lead lap. Who is going to be first one off pit road? The 77, Andrew Hill. AJ Hamill's rolling. Ryan Nolan. AJ Hamill, Ryan Nolan. There's Buzzy Lambert. Sean Cool losing lots of ground on his pit stop. Wayne McDuff, last car to exit pit road. Douglas Wysocki now, he's made his pit stop. So 72 of 125 laps complete. Andrew Hill holding on to that top spot. And it looks like the Ford machine of Wayne McDuff is going to be stuck behind the pace car. So Wayne McDuff, currently last car on the lead lap, was not able to get out before the pace car made its way around, so he is trapped between the leader and the pace car. Wave around there for the 4 car. Field's starting to form up now. Andrew Hill will have control of this field once the pace car pulls in.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. You heard it, the spotter say it. Andrew Hill once again getting a great start. Gets his choice of lane there as you're able to clear anyone and everyone around you. But AJ Hamill and Ryan Nolan now going at it. Hamill and Nolan side by side. Hamill in the 14 car on the bottom. 87 and Ryan Nolan on the outside. 77 of 125 laps complete. So far tonight, we've had a couple of cautions, but long green flag stretch before this most recent caution, so we might have another long green flag stretch again. And what's important about that is your setup might come in a little bit later. We're going to see some cars charging through the field and that maybe some falling back. You know, Sean Cool, one we've been talking about all night long, passed a lot of cars, but he's lost a lot of ground with this pit stop. So he's going to have to do it all over again. Meanwhile, Al Smith having a great pit stop. Currently inside the top 5, scored 4th place. And Smith looking for 3rd, might have a little bit of something for Nolan. This caution has bunched everybody up and allowed everyone essentially a second chance on life. Anything could happen now. Everyone pitted for tires and fuel. Maybe an air pressure change here or there to make a minor adjustment. Maybe could find a 10th or 2 in your lap time with just an air pressure change. Well, meanwhile, up front, this race, all Andrew Hill. But Hamill not satisfied with running 2nd place. He is after Andrew Hill, gonna try and get around him. As we go inside with AJ Hamill. This 14 car all over the back bumper of the 77. 40 laps to go, guys. 40 to go. And the race is just starting to get interesting. It's been an interesting race the whole time, but now Andrew Hill has a challenger. AJ Hamel really all over his bumper there. Now he loses a little bit of ground through 1 and 2. Gonna have to charge back up, and he does here in 3 and 4. And I rode along on the inside there so much I got a little dizzy. They're turning laps so fast I didn't know the front stretch from the back stretch. Hamel and Hill going at it for first place. Meanwhile, Smith and Nolan still duking it out. Smith, your points leader. Ryan Nolan second. Coming into tonight's event, only 9 points separated these two. Both of them with pretty significant damage to the back ends of their car. But both of them inside the top 5. They're not letting this damage slow them down. They may not let this damage stop them from deciding who's going to be our new points leader or pulling a little bit of a points gap. Buzzy Lambert, who we saw in an earlier incident, currently scored 7th. Really not able to recover. He was up to 3rd before he got spun. Still holding on to 7th. Not able to charge through the field like he would like. Trying to regain that top 3 spot. As you can see, we're doing about 15.6 second lap times. And while we were talking, AJ Hamel has gotten around Andrew Hill. Not sure what has happened to Hill, but Hill is fading fast right now. Looks like he got into the outside wall pretty hard. Heavy damage to that right front, as you can see it there. Go on to the suspension here. Hung the camera myself, I did. Stuck it right on the side of his car. Surprised it survived smacking the wall. You can see the car's got a little bit of front end damage here. So Andrew Hill here in the latter half of the race, falling victim to that outside wall, allowed Hamel to get around him. Ooh, Hill big slideways. Hill is definitely in trouble, falling now into the clutches of Ryan Nolan. Hill sideways once again. Way up the track he goes. Into the wall. Big time trouble. Caution. Caution out for Andrew Hill. Guy who has led the most laps tonight. In big time trouble. Hill not too happy with himself, I'm sure. But we saw it live right here on TV, folks. Pulling in for a pit stop. All right, rewound it here. Might have gone a little too far back. I probably did. I was trying to see if we could catch where he had the pass, but we went too far back. Anyways, Hill able to get off pit road before the pace car traps him a lap down, or traps him between him and the leader. So Hamill, your race leader, led 11 laps so far of this event. Looking out the back of Hamill's car at the field as we circulate around the South Boston Speedway at a controlled and measured pace. Very safe situation right here. We're all being very safe. We found out our mothers are watching. We knew they would tell us to slow down, so that's what we're doing. We're driving safe. Hands are at 10 and 2. We're using our turn signals. Alright, lights are out on the pace car. Hamill with the lead. Gonna take control of this field here. Pace car is gonna dump in here, and Hamill will get on that loud pedal. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Al Smith following Hamill very closely. Smith looking to make a move here on this restart. On the outside of Ryan Nolan on the outside of Al Smith. Nolan and Smith, two of the best in this league, going at it right now for second spot. While these two are fighting it out, Hamill not getting any sort of a break, not able to pull away from these guys. That just lets you know how fast these two are. Now it looks like Nolan gonna secure second place. Smith slides into third. Zach Coyer and Ricky Harden going at it here. Ricky Harden gonna get around Zach Coyer on the outside there. And once again, Sean Cool making his way to the front now. Scored in 6th place, but he's under heavy attack from Buzzy Lambert. Buzzy on the inside of Sean Cool. And Andrew Hill sitting 8th place after his spin there to bring out this most recent caution. Hill once again trying that high side. And Sean Cool now getting around Zach Coyer. Hill able to make a move around the outside as well, following Sean Cool. So now Hill making his way through the field here. Score Hill in 6th place. Now he's looking underneath Sean in the 24 machine. We go on board once again with Andrew Hill. Hill likes to get into that corner a little bit deep and run into that higher lane. Get that good momentum coming up down the straightaway. So Sean Cool, Andrew Hill now pulling away from Zach Coyer and Buzzy Lambert, who they were just side by side with a few laps ago. But guys, I gotta tell you, we are inside of 10 laps to go of this race tonight. This thing is gonna be over before we even know it. And it is a three-way fight for the lead. Ryan Nolan with heavy damage early in the race. Looks like he's got quite a bit of it repaired and has made his way to the front, challenging for the lead. Al Smith, who we saw gets into a little bit of an incident as well, hasn't slowed him down. He's in third, hoping to get a win here. But the man who's wanting this race to end right now is A.J. Hamill. because he is under heavy pressure from Ryan Nolan. Getting a little bit of a gap there on the straightaway. We are on lap 120 of 125, and Hamill's still holding off Nolan. Sean Cool inside the top 5 here, trying to trace down Ricky Harden. Ricky in the 118. Andrew Hill trying to get by Sean Cool. We are winding down this race. The laps are almost up. AJ Hamill now really starting to open up a bit of a gap. Looking out the back towards Ryan Nolan and Al Smith. And it looks like Hamill able to pick up the throttle much sooner in the middle of the corner. That's exactly what you want to be able to do. Two laps to go. This race is next flag will end it. Whether it be the white flag or the yellow. Here comes the white flag. Oh man, final lap. 125 laps at South Boston. Getting ready to be in the record books. Getting ready to be scored as AJ Hamill, your race winner, off turn 4 down the straightaway for the last time. Score Hamill, your race winner. Ryan Nolan holding on to second. Al Smith third. And hopefully we will get a chance to talk to these guys up here in the booth. And if they would just pull on the front stretch and chill, and we'll get a talk to them and look at their cars. And we will start with our race winner, Ryan Nolan. Are you there, sir?
I think you've got the wrong race winner.
Oh, I do have the right AJ Hamill. Thank you. Mr. Hamill, are you there?
What are you saying, KR?
I'm saying that, you know what? There's a reason why I'm the broadcaster. I'm not a good driver or broadcaster. I was pulling Nolan into the booth and read his name while I was looking at you. So, anyways, great race win. Tell us a little bit about your race.
This is probably the last place I would expect to be at this track talking to you. So, wow. I don't know. I wasn't going to get around Andrew unless he gave me the chance, and lucky enough he did. And just fortunate enough to hold Ryan back long enough to get a little gap at the end.
We saw Ryan and Al fighting side by side, and they were able to keep pace with you. Normally when drivers are side by side, they lose a little ground.
What are you trying to say, KR?
I'm just trying to say I was impressed with it, or I thought maybe you were trying to save your tires a little bit.
Yeah, let's say I was trying not to mess up while they were racing. That sounds good. Saving some tires.
Saving some tires. I think that's what you were doing. I've seen you be a little bit crafty, so that's what I was getting at. But anyways, you won the race here, 125 laps. Man, it's got to feel good to know that, and your car's still mostly straight.
I think so. I don't think I touched it. I guess I may have scraped the wall once or twice, but got lucky. Got through. The first accident looked like a little that mystery air between Justin and Peyton, and it happened to be the right place, right time for that one. And I saw Andrew get sideways, like, I don't know what to do. I know he's gonna be slow, and just kind of went low and snuck by that one, and that wasn't too much danger after that.
Well, again, congratulations on your race win. Is there any sponsors or people you'd like to thank?
Sure. As always, American Diabetes Association. Get out there, get some walking in, get your A1C down. That's always a good thing to do. Arts Barbershop, SLC, Andy Lambert, and Racing for a Cause, and yourself for putting this out there for our families, as always. And nice job, good job, Ryan and Al. coming through the field and surviving some trouble back there, I heard.
Yeah, they had a bit of a rough race, so congratulations to you, and nice job on a race victory.
Thanks. Hey, anytime that I'm talking to you after 9:30 p.m., that must have been a good night.
I hear you. Well, again, congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, now we're going to move on to a second place finisher, Ryan Nolan, who did not win despite what I said.
I wish it was like you said, but we're still happy with second place. Gotta thank the competitors. Gotta thank Al. I know I pinched him down a couple times, and he could have taken advantage of that, and I appreciate him for that. And yeah, it was a good race for us.
You had your work cut out for you. You had to come through the field there for a little bit, and you also got into some heavy damage early on, but it didn't seem to slow you down any. Did it make a difference, or was your car just that hooked up?
It wasn't as bad as I thought. The hood was pretty wrinkled up early, but I took advantage during one of those first cautions to try to fix as much of it that I could, and kind of waited towards the I think it was the middle or last caution to take on tires, and I felt like we were kind of on even ground. I just didn't have the speed that AJ had, and just kind of really it just worked out that we were able to end up in second and hold it.
Well, you did manage to finish second despite a heavy challenge from Al, so congratulations on that. And any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Racing for a Cause for putting this on, and the Champlain Explorer. Go check out skyviewcustoms.com and check out our progress. And also got to thank the competitors.
All right. Once again, congratulations on second place.
And I've got to thank and wish my wife a happy Valentine's Day. She let me do this race tonight.
Well, we do appreciate the ladies. All right, so that was Ryan Nolan, your second place finisher. Now we're going to move on to third place, Mr. Al Smith. Are you there, sir?
I'm here, KR. How are you?
I'm doing great. Tell us a little bit about your race and how you managed to finish third with a beat-up car.
Yeah, not really sure what exactly happened in qualifying. I hit the wall a couple times and didn't get to be able to put a time in. So had to start in the back, which with Ryan winning last week, he had to start tail, and I thought maybe I could get up there, lead a lap or whatever, but it wasn't meant to be. And I think it was just tough racing between me and the 81 there, and made contact, and luckily didn't end our night. So it was a good night for us, and gladly take home a podium spot. Lost a couple points, I think, to Nolan tonight in the overall big picture, but it's better than losing a lot like we did last week.
Yeah, you came into tonight's event with a 9-point advantage over him, so you guys are very, very close in the points, and not too many more races left to go, so now's the time to really get after gaining points, not losing them. What are you thinking now?
Well, I gave it all I had on that last restart. Timed it pretty good there with AJ. I was like, I'm going to stick to his back bumper, and as soon as I can see a little daylight, I'm going to just hammer it. Whether he's going or not, he's going to be going. And it ended up working. I got alongside Ryan, and like he said, he ran me close but ran me clean, and that's all you can ask for from a fellow competitor. And it was a good, fun race, and a nice rebound by the 91 team here tonight. So, we'll pack it up and head to the next one.
All right. Well, congratulations on your third place finish. Any sponsors or people you'd like to thank?
Yeah, first of all, I got to thank you for doing the broadcast, and Andy Lambert for all his hard work that he does, and for the RFAC Late Model League. And I got to thank Justin McDuff for sponsoring tonight's race with the Locks of Love Foundation. And the sponsor on our car is Garth Brooks Teammates for Kids. So thank to everybody, and especially the Ford Power. Wasn't able to beat the two Chevys tonight, but we were close.
All right, well, nice job out there, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good night, guys.
Yep. All right, so that leaves Justin McDuff up in the booth with me. Mr. McDuff, are you there?
Yeah, I got you.
Mr. McDuff, tonight was your event. Tell us a little bit about the Locks of Love and why this was your racing for a cause.
Well, first I'd like to say thanks to Andy and everyone at Racing for a Cause. I think it's really unique and cool what you guys do here. But yeah, so I chose Locks of Love. I wanted to sponsor South Boston, and as I run it in my car for a few different reasons. So, I mean, obviously I have Arts Barbershop, so the two kind of go together. But Locks of Love, they work to provide hair pieces to kids under the age of 21 who are suffering from long-term illnesses. And it's really special what they do because they kind of, they give back to kids who are sick. And I know how hard that can be for parents and the kids alone to go through something like that. So that's why I chose that. And it goes along with my primary sponsor on my car. And congrats to AJ Hamill on his win.
Well, you didn't have quite the race you were hoping for tonight, I'm sure, but we do appreciate everyone picking a cause, and it's got to feel good despite your finish tonight.
Yeah, definitely, and it was a great race. I really wanted this one, to be honest with you. I love South Boston. I used to hate it, but I love it now. Since one of the more recent builds, but I'm glad we still got to see a great race. It was a great battle there between the 14, the 91, and the 87 there at the end.
Well, they put on a great show for a great cause. Anything else you'd like to mention about your Locks of Love?
Yeah, if you guys are looking for any more information, head on over to locksoflove.org. There's all kinds of information. There's pictures and stuff of the different kids, and it's really a great cause. And I'd like to thank you, KR, for the job you do and the coverage you provide here.
Well, you're welcome, and I'm happy to help.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's Justin McDuff, who we appreciate sticking around despite having to go to the hauler early. So thank you once again, sir.
No problem. Have a great night.
You too. All right, that was Justin McDuff. Guys, that's going to do it for me. I am all tuckered out with my voice. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And until next week, it'll be the same time, different track, and unfortunately, the same terrible broadcaster. Hope you guys have a good night, and happy Thanksgiving. Wait, it's Valentine's Day. See? I knew I was messing up. Were you paying attention? Because I wasn't.